Which of these well-known GA grounds is located in New York? Is it Gaelic Park, Semple Stadium or Croke Park? If you know the answer, call 1515 7174 or text the word football followed by your answer and name to 57111. Viewers in Northern Ireland can call the number on screen. You must be over 18 to enter. Full details on RTE Airtel page 195. Lines will close at midday on Monday the 20th of September and the lucky winner will be announced on RTE Radio 1 later that evening. Well, still to come on the programme, remarkable drama in the ladies' football quarter-finals, the Camogie semi-final replay and an exciting minor football semi-final between Mayo and Tyrone. You're very welcome back to the Sunday game. Now later we'll be looking ahead to next week's semi-final between Kildare and Down. We have Camogie and ladies football, but first we're going to check out today's minor semi-final between Mayo and Tyrone. Commentary comes from Coleman Goggins and Micheál O'Shea.
Danny Kirby saw him in the show. What to stack again? Sandigish get Kian Costco Miel of Oid, Elena, Warren, Nuggets, Chance Fosen, Darren Code. Darren Cohen, Jack McDonald go hard, agus an fiat score again with you. Jack McDonald. Stephen Tierney, Marcin, de Gaunson. Na Watson Aronson, again Ronan O'Neill. Sorry, me do Ronan. Na Holler Fadiger, Ronan O'Neill. On Spragovi Tasnalo, heroin, Pachtako, agus an Parker, with the Kainted, Remission Lohe, Ronan O'Neill, Kademer Emeduiz. Agus Derek John McCullough, I'm sure Shahid John, Bachtige John, Congracht and Dave Line, for Sepinta, or Ille Anagir Lader, the College Denta, and so Catadientans and again, which
Shassia Machar and Lean and Shin, I quit over Struckianishin.
Agus Richard Donnelly, Trasnanson, Agus Bueltega, Hall in her father, Richard Donnelly, Jesse Council of Wood over you. Fergal Durkin and Ish, Stachalos League, Kian Costco, Kian Maclish for Shep Pinto, Kian Evin, Cadiana Shem, Bautas, Macudi, Sean Kelly, Harnash and Sugudi, Michael Ford, Chancing Michael Gahard, and the Latera, a hand feint to Boyne, Michael Ford and son. Macudi, Lord the Potke, Anna Horok, Father Lord the Potke, or when you get in a hatch down the Hantalon, Darren Cole, Janashira, Killian O'Connor, I'm sure Killian. Trahe Killian O'Gallistach, chance again Killian, Cadiana Shet, Torshef score, well, take a hard against. Well, he said, hold the whole reach that it's hostile in the feint in Kinnicap.
Yeah, the Viking and Sheo Cooley and Asakela Nishtam Weo, Branner shot, Hashigir and Cool gone down.
I'll Sludden, a Wola Trasna, and so with the Donnelly, went to go, I get Virgil Durkin, a Machta Ruhar. Virgil Durkin, a Wola Ishtach, and so. Agus Chanson so get Darren Cohn, Wilt to go hard again Darren Cohn, Agus Wilt to Harris at Rasnan again, Agus Mayo, Agus Gway in the shoulder. Dara Donnelly, not Shelevit guided, Ilinis Varian of the Hin, Wilt to go glow to Rasnan, so he get the roll on it, chances hole, it's a hole, on a Rasper, Agus and Cole of it, Rasnan, O'Hero, Pachta Harnashaka, Agus. Richard Donnelly, agus iad Harnash go tréan sa chluthe inis a ríist agus an bhearna lídathe go héana trí is dóla me go Richard Donnelly go dísa. Niles Ludden is a meachtar ruhar, Niles Ludden a meachlis go fóil, Anna Yasafat, Wilterstach again, agus Georg Shillivin, so get Darek, Donnelly, Cole again, Darek Donnelly, Mashidan Cole scored. Anna Hachtanier, good do, get Tito in Coleman.
Cole into Boag is a rush, Sickler.
Bachtiger Ronan O'Neill, Lastig the Stephen Tierney, Ronan O'Neill, Hena Gwalistach. Anna Vachtichtiantige, Farkur Rohege, Cork Glote. Wiltemachatso in Ishkadi, Stephen Tierney, chance again, oh, Harish at Rastan, Reistenson, the Shanson, Agraho, Erdala, and so Egetiro in. What to get Killian O'Connor, Bert, Jour Temple, what to get Gloten, so Hegagani Ryan Quip, chance at hole, it's a Gamayo, no, Lakai, and Red Lakai, Koshaw, Nilisagam, Kirby, Agassi, went to Hanash, sorry, Mialavoide, Egetiro in a Shahe. Yunan Dini Guanamachne, Wiltamaka Gadi John McCullough, Kadamar Roman Sahagan, Shinit Tana Le Shade in the Fadoige, John McCullough, Pungracht Devline, Wiltestachalash League, Arno Waller Fatfachta, and Sunnaga Hugh Tat Nagiri, Shahuin, Inish, my own chance, Dernach, W. Gashine and Vatian to get Tiro in Agas her Hego Kuig on Sahaka, you know. 3 a day to get Tiro in, not a shady Gamuyo.
We always knew whenever we were in the back foot, we still had the quality in the team to pull it out. You know, just each team's going over their different periods of dominance, and thankfully ours came at the right time. You know, and we always believed in ourselves that we could pull it out of the bag. You know, with the quality we have right throughout the team and on the bench.
Very disappointed to come to Croke Park and score 16 points and not be going home as the winners. You know, but very proud of the lads. They put in a huge effort all year. They played their socks off today. They gave it everything they had. It just wasn't quite enough at the end. But they'll be better players for it. You know.
Great win for Tyrone. The Mayo lads will be better players for it. So many Mayo teams have been in a winning position and not won in Croke Park.
It's very disappointing for them. I suppose they went behind early on, and then they got 7 unanswered points before half time. Halfway through the second half, they're 7 points up, and then they get totally outscored. I suppose the key point to be made about this game is this substitution that Tyrone made, bringing on Dara Donnelly. You would have said, like, with Thomas Canavan gone off the field, Harry O'Connell gone off the field, 2 of their better performers to date in the championship, that Tyrone were in trouble. But Dara Donnelly really lit up the game in this, 20-24 minutes he was on the game. He was outstanding, and Tyrone deserved their win in the end, even though Mayo did have a late chance from Kirby, but really Tyrone did deserve their 3-point win.
And Joe, you're a big fan of that Tyrone minor team.
It's not even so much that. I mean, it was just such a ruthless crushing of the Mayo rebellion in such a short time, you know. The disappointing feature of it was that, having been brilliant throughout their Ulster campaign, you know, for some reason they've all decided to go out and get their hair dyed and all of that. You know, they came down today and they played in the first half like women who are coming down, you know, to have a sort of afternoon tea in the Shelburne of a Saturday and go for a bit of shopping. This is absolutely true. They played with no snap and they played with no verve. It was extremely disappointing. And then, of course, as soon as they started to play, as soon as they brought urgency into their game, I mean, it was an extremely polished, adult-like performance. I mean, for example, the going for the goals. Everybody was absolutely on board for that. Everybody was snappy all of a sudden. And I mean, in the space of 12 minutes, they scored 2-6.
Okay.
You know, so it gives you an idea. If these boys hit the ground running, what they're capable of. As a dairyman, it gives me no pleasure to say it.
All right, well,
but there it is. You know, this is what's in store for us. You know,
apart from being unfair to the lads for dyeing their hair, you're also unfair to women who go shopping in the Shelburne. They're full of verve, from my experience.
I think it's a brilliant stimulation to the economy in difficult times.
Right then, let's move on. And a reminder, of course, that next week's big football semi-final between Down and Kildare will be live here on RTE television.
It's O'Neill, and it's helped in by Alan Smith, and there's a goal for Kildare on the call of half-time in the 38th minute.
Tony, would Cork have a preference, you think, as to who they'd play of Kildare and Down?
Not really. I suppose when you look at Kildare, we have huge ties with Shea Fahy and Larry Tompkins coming from Kildare and assisting us in winning All-Ireland. So certainly it would be a novel pairing, Kildare and Cork, but really I don't care. When you're playing an All-Ireland final, again, it's about the final whistle and it's about winning. You don't care who you play.
OK, and who will qualify?
I think Kildare were the best team of the 4 that played, or the 8 that played in the quarter-final. I thought they played very well. They had good momentum all up along. Now, the 4-week break, I'm not sure how that will work out, and I don't know what the fitness of Dermot Earley is like. But they've evolved right along since the Louth game. They've got better and better as they've gone on. So certainly they're formidable. But Down, you know what Down are like? They're confident, they're cocky, they're a bit like Kerry when they get to Croke Park. You know, there's a belief that they're going to win. Yeah. Ambrose Rogers, again, is going to be a huge loss for them. And can they replace him? But it's an intrigue. It's a very novel tie. It's great. It represents this year, 2010. Fantastic championship, a novel championship.
Tony's point's a good one about Down. I mean, I was down at a chat show last night in Mayo Bridge, and they're so like, you know, it was always the same with them. You know, I remember beating them in the Marshes in '92. We beat them, or '93. We beat them by 18 points. And they swaggered off the pitch. If you had brought a stranger in at the end of the match, he would have thought that Down had won it. And there's no hype. You know, this is where they expect to be. And the bloodline goes through, you know, and now there's James McCartan there managing the team and all of that. So there's no hype. So there's no danger of them being carried away or anything like that. They're extremely confident about it.
I really think Down would do themselves a favour by disregarding totally the Kerry game, because that was.
I agree with that.
That was a tired
agree
team,
with
and I think the Kildare would have beaten Down even on their Kerry performance, and Kildare would create so many chances that Kerry didn't, and they would create so many different types of problems that Kerry didn't.
Pace,
and the two-man full Cavan and Smith in the full forward did really well.
It's a difficult game to call.
It is actually,
And even if Dermot Hurley is, Hughie Lynch stepped in there the last day and played very, very well as well.
One thing that both teams are playing with a sweeper, so it's going to be difficult, to penetrate. Both teams are very pacey. They've both gone for speed. James McCartan's experiment's in its infancy. That might be a difference, but still, I think that the pedigree of Down does make a difference in this situation, because Kildare, I think back to the Tyrone game last year when they were really put to the collar and they could have won the game, and yet they collapsed in the last 5 or 10 minutes. Against Louth this year, when it was put up to them in the middle of the field, and they're very good when they're playing against a team that isn't pacey. Meath, for example, they were able to run through, and it's no doubt they play a very high-octane game. But I just wonder whether Down might be more relaxed about being where they are than Kildare are at the moment. I think it's a very difficult
relaxed
game.
Relaxed in a good way, yeah, OK. And who are you going for, Darren?
I'm going to go for Kildare. I probably have underestimated Down right up. I thought Sligo would beat Down, I thought Kerry would beat Down, but still, I just think Kildare create so many chances, and they've got this thing about them now that they're a second-half team, so they're not going to get two-phased if they're behind at half-time. I'm just going to go for Kildare on this one.
And you're going for Kildare?
I'm going for Kildare, The funny thing about it, Kildare have never been behind at half-time in any of the games they've played so far in the championship. They've been behind after 13 minutes in every one of them. If they get a couple of scores in the start, certainly they'll be hard to beat, and they're really well set up.
I'll tell you something though interesting about the game. Down are very quick starters. Against Tyrone, they rattled off about 7 points.
That's going to be crucial in this game, John.
And Kildare are for... why is that Kildare start slowly?
I don't know. Pat Spillane reckons it's the warm-up, but I just think, they create so many chances, they don't get too worried about
You're in a difficult situation when you're quoting Pat Spillane as an authority on the game there. I must say I'm disappointed.
All right. Well, let's move on. Time to check out yesterday's quarter-finals in the All-Ireland Ladies Football Championship. Monaghan against Laois, and Cork going for a remarkable 6 in a row up against Tyrone. Reporting is Joe Stack.
For the second week in succession, it was back to Banagher for those chasing success in this year's TG4 Ladies Senior Football Championship. Cork started their encounter with Tyrone as favourites, but that was hardly surprising, given Eamon Ryan's Charges were chasing an incredible 6th title in a row. They certainly started brightly. 3 points in 3 minutes from Mary O'Connor, Valerie Mulcahy and Nollaig Cleary, demonstrating the size of the task facing Tyrone. The Ulster side's response, though, was perfect, as Jolene Donnelly, Gemma Begley and Sarah Connolly all found range to level matters. Even scoring kept matters tight throughout the opening 20 minutes, but the closing stages of the half belonged to the defending All-Ireland champions. 6 points without reply, including 3 from Donaghmore's Juliet Murphy, left Cork 11-5 leaders at half-time. Injuries to Ciara O'Sullivan and Geraldine O'Flynn meant that lead came at a cost, however, and though Cork added the first point of the second half, a quick brace from Gemma Begley showed Tyrone were going to make a fight out of this one. Cork did have an opportunity to deliver a real killer blow when